Hello? In this lesson, we will learn more about data storage in computers. First, let's talk a little bit about cache. No, not the dough in your pocket. We're talking about cache. Cache memory costs a lot of cash, but you get a lot of speed and memory access for the expensive price. A computer's hardware will manage cache, so we don't have to through our software. With that being said, we still want to keep in mind how cache works to write the most efficient software. Now, let's talk about main memory. Main memory is where we store our data that is available for the processor to directly access to use for our programs. Not all data can usually fit in main memory. This means we will sometimes need to switch data back and forth between main memory and other types of memory, so that we can put the data we want to use in main memory to read or modify.
Oh, Professor, you forgot one additional fact. Main memory is volatile. This means that all the data can be lost if the system crashes or power is lost. And one more thing, Professor, main memory is slower than the cache to access, but it is cheaper.
Flash memory is a non-volatile storage. If there is a power failure, the data is retained. This type of memory is cheaper than main memory, but is slower than main memory. A popular device that uses flash memory is a solid-state drive. It has an interface that allows you to store and access data in blocks. A block is a fairly large unit of typically around 4 kilobytes that you can access and save in the SSD. Next, we have magnetic disk storage. This is also called hard disk drive. It is non-volatile and stores in units called blocks, which are two traits that it shares with flash memory. Magnetic disk is cheaper than SSD, but it has lower performance. Magnetic disk is currently the most popular storage unit for non-volatile data.
We also have optical storage. This is how your DVDs store data. Optical storage is quite slow to access, but you can generally get this type of storage for a nice discount in comparison to magnetic disk. Now let's talk about tape storage. Tape storage is very large with generally terabytes of data. It is also very cheap. This type of storage is generally used for archival purposes. This is because tape storage is sequential storage. Think about watching a TV show and having to fast forward through all the previous bits preceding the bit you want to watch. This is what makes tape storage very slow to access.
Now let's zoom out a little bit. One more general type of storage is primary storage. This type of storage is a fast, volatile, and expensive type of memory. Two examples of this are cache and main memory, where main memory is the cheap one, and cache is the fast one.
The next type of storage is secondary storage. Examples of this are magnetic disk and flash memory. This type of storage is also called online storage. I remember this because secondary storage is like data stored online. The data isn't directly with you, but with a little bit of searching you can find the data you are looking for. This type of storage is cheaper and slower than primary storage.
The next type of storage is tertiary storage, or offline storage. This is storage that is more typically used for archives. It's cheap, but also slow to access. Examples of this are magnetic tape and optical disks.